Hi, I'm Tim Cain, the entertainment editor at the Herald and Review in Decatur, Illinois. This is part of my 365 project this year. I'm listing my 365 favorite albums in reverse order. I have given Hugh Sullivan, our videographer, a list of the 7 albums that I'm ranking this week, and he will pick one, and I will talk about that extemporaneously. Here we go. Enjoy. This week's selection, interestingly, is the one I would like to talk about the least of all of the ones that are on this list, and it's Paul McCartney's Flaming Pie. You know, among the other albums that you'll be seeing on the list this week are Nelson's Pandemonium's Shadow Show, Harry Nilsson, his first legitimate album, that's from '67. Martin Mull's I'm Everyone I Ever Loved, which is a fantastic comedy album from '77. Paul Simon's So Beautiful or So What, which was my album of the year in 2011. Donna Summer's Bad Girls, and Care, the debut album by a band named Shriekback, and I thought maybe that would get Hugh's attention. But you know, Paul McCartney, it's easy to dismiss what he does because he's so good at it. I mean, you could pick up any album. I'm certain of this. Even the ones that I really dislike, I could pick up an album and find 3 songs on there, and I think this is a hit single, or this is something that if he put a little bit more work into it, it would be spectacular. Flaming Pie came out, as a lot of my favorite McCartney albums do, at a time where he was really in trouble. It was like he seemed to be getting more and more irrelevant as time went on, particularly his new stuff. Paul McCartney is always going to be a cause of interest in the music community because all he has to do is say, I'm going to play this stadium, and it will sell out very quickly. We don't have many artists that are as huge as Paul McCartney. I mean, he's a quarter of the biggest act in music history. People want to see him. But when I love him most is when his new stuff matters. You know, when you get beyond, even probably like beyond 1980, and then he puts out something that is really cohesive, that's a challenge. And sometimes he does it, and sometimes he doesn't. With Flaming Pie, he did. It seemed like he went back to a period where all he wanted to do was write good songs. He wasn't necessarily concerned about fitting into specific styles. It strikes me there are a lot of different styles of songs on Flaming Pie. And he wasn't trying to do something that is not his forte. His forte is just writing good songs, regardless of the style, and putting them together the way he wants. And when the quality is there, as it is on an album like Flaming Pie, it all comes together beautifully. I'm not going to mention any song on the album except for Beautiful Night. And I'm going to tell you something. There are people who rip Beautiful Night. And I have no idea why. It drives me nuts. It's one of the best songs of his life. I mean, it's better than any number of his Beatles songs. It's better than any number of his Wings songs, and it's better than any number of his solo songs. It starts out with just a beautiful melody, and it's one of those things where I start listening to it and think, oh, okay, he's doing one of these. You know, it almost starts with a Let It Be kind of feel, and where one of the things that I didn't care much for Let It Be was the swelling of the backing vocals. It adds an import that doesn't need to be there because the skeleton, the bones of the song are so achingly beautiful. So in this song, with the opening verses, it doesn't get ornate. It's just him at a piano. And that's all it needs to be, and it's beautiful. And then things change, and then it explodes into something else. And at that point, then we can get ornate. We can bring in loud guitars, and we can bring in the drums bashing like crazy. And he can go up into that kind of shrieking voice that he has. And it all plays to the effect of the song and makes it beautiful to the point where it just pulls you in, it grabs you by the throat, just shakes you and says, this is good, keep listening to it. And if you keep listening to it through all the codas and the points at which you think it's going to stop, and then it comes back again, it's like, yes, Paul McCartney, keep doing this. And if there were 5 of those on that album, and there wouldn't be because he hasn't written 5 of those in his career, if there were 5 on those on this album, it wouldn't be sitting at number 312. There wouldn't be a number in front of it. You know, I mean, it would be in the double digits. That's how great I find that song. And the rest of it is, again, him going out with different style explorations and just doing what he did and writing good songs. Hats off, Paul. And I'd tell you that to your face, too.